Welcome to Media Thread, the series where I cover my favorite media texts of the year and rank them as they appear. In this third installment, I finally reached the video game medium, with none other than Astro Bot for the PlayStation 5. Astro's Playroom was the first PS5 game I played, and I found it really fun, but too short. It was a tech demo for the console after all, so it only takes about 2 to 3 hours to complete. I thus got really excited when Astro Bot was revealed to be a full-length experience with close to 100 levels, and the trailer made the game look like a lot of fun. That trailer did not lie whatsoever, as this is one of the most fun games I've ever played. Like Astro's Playroom, Astro Bot is also a showcase of what the PS5 can do, which doesn't just include high-fidelity graphics and fast load times, but also the DualSense controller's functions. The DualSense's speakers, adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback contribute to how satisfying the game feels to play. You can physically feel the difference of interacting with different materials, like wood, metal, and water, which makes for an immersive experience you won't get from simply watching a playthrough of the game. The tactile design also gives you satisfying feedback loops from punching enemies, making the combat more fun than it would have been without these features. The combat can feel even better with power-ups, particularly the Twin Frog gloves. I love how you control them individually with the shoulder buttons, which is also the case for a few of the other power-ups. There are quite a few power-ups throughout this game, and they're all entangled in some well-designed levels, such as one where you can alternate between Astro Bot's regular size and the shrunk-down version, which adds a whole new layer to that level. Perhaps my favorite combination is the time stopper in the casino level. It yields such creative designs, like turning these deadly cards into platforms for you to reach the enemy that threw them. What's more, these levels feature some great upbeat soundtracks, adding to the immensely charming vibe of the game. Astro Bot is a 3D platformer collectathon, and the collectibles in question are also charming. There are around 300 lost bots to retrieve, and while half of them are generic white ones, the other half are various PlayStation mascots. It's so much fun collecting these, whether you recognize them or not. I love finding my favorite icons, like Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Parappa, Kratos, Nathan Drake, Aloy, and Jin Sakai, but I also enjoy finding mascots I don't even know about, which there are a lot of. Many of these mascots are found in areas that make sense, like Sly Cooper and Joker at a casino level, Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter in a jungle level, and Resident Evil and Legacy of Kain characters in spooky levels. It's great attention to detail, and the mascot bots emulate their inspiration so well. The bots you rescue inhabit the game's wonderful hub world, which becomes richer as you rescue even more of them. It's so nice to fill out the space with so many PlayStation icons, and you can make them even more charming by unlocking their traits in the gacha machine. Look at Kratos freezing me with his hammer after I hit him, and the prince rolling me up into his ball. Stay near Crash Bandicoot and you can dance just like he does. The apes may be my favorite, as they're all so quirky. These mascots aren't just here for show either, as they also help you with different tasks throughout the hub world, such as using their combined strength to lift objects, using their combined weight to break through things, and using their combined bodies to form bridges. In doing so, they help you get to new chapters of the game, and unlock pet bots. The bots are such great collectibles, as they're not just purely cosmetic, but also necessary for progression, and it doesn't hurt that they make you feel nostalgic either. Not that pure cosmetics is a bad thing. The gacha machine also allows you to unlock cool skins for your ship, along with Astro Bot himself. I just had to dress up as Ratchet and Sly after getting those outfits. I enjoy Jak to a lesser extent, but I can't deny that he has the best looking fit. Team Asobi showed so much love to just about the entire catalog of PlayStation, which goes to show how many IPs PlayStation has, no matter how much the higher-ups try to deny it. Team Asobi seems to have far greater respect for these dormant mascots, even making a level out of the likes of Ape Escape and Loco Roco. When I first played that Ape Escape level and got to use the TimeNet to catch a bunch of apes, I was overjoyed. I'm not even a big fan of the franchise, but it just resonated with me, and now I really want Team Asobi to make a new Ape Escape game. As for the Loco Roco level, I was initially disappointed when I found out one of the 5 PlayStation-themed level spots was reserved for that franchise, but that level also ended up being one of my favorites. It has such a cheerful vibe, and I'm amazed by how well it controls considering the use of motion controls. I was hoping for a Sly Cooper level, but the levels we got were still great, also including God of War, Uncharted, and Horizon. The PlayStation representation is amazing, but I did feel that a few obvious franchises were absent, such as Twisted Metal, Resistance, and Gex. I thought maybe one of those would be the final bot, but even though I hate onions, I simply couldn't be mad seeing Master Onion from Parap the Rapper. It just works, especially after a final gauntlet that tests your abilities. It was a fantastic way to complete the game, and the final level was a fantastic way to finish the campaign, receiving help from every PlayStation system in an epic final battle. Speaking of epic, every boss fight in this game showcases so much spectacle, and I particularly enjoyed the very last one, switching through multiple power-ups to finally lay the smackdown against the alien that has been bullying us the whole game. The ending made me surprisingly emotional, Astro Bot sacrificing himself to keep the other bots from being sucked up along with him. Of course, he didn't die, but it was still powerful to see the others rebuild him. The playable credits might be my favorite credits in a game now. It's so much fun and utilizes most of the game's power-ups in a celebration of PlayStation, of Astro Bot and its creators, and of you, the player. How kind of them. It was also kind of Team Asobi to add free DLC to the game, adding some fun speedrunning stages, not to mention a big Christmas stage that I think has every single power-up, even the one that shrinks you. It was a wonderful Christmas present which finally put Gex in, and even Rayman, which is an inclusion that means so much to me. Astro Bot really is such a refreshing game in this day and age. It aims to be fun first and foremost, it has practically zero bugs and performance issues due to its immense polish, it's a AAA 3D platformer that's not developed by Nintendo, it honors PlayStation history, no matter how obscure, and it received high accolades despite not being a Mario game. 94 is an insane metascore for a 3D platformer. Only Little Big Planet and a few Mario games are rated higher. What's more, this game dropped on the exact day that Concord died, poetically telling Sony what PlayStation fans really want. More of the fun, old-school single-player stuff, and less of the live service multiplayer bullshit. I really hope they get the message. Astro Bot did win Game of the Year, even against another PS5 exclusive, that being Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and there is no way Sony can ignore that. I sincerely hope this brings about positive change for the games industry moving forward. I've already explained why this game is so amazing, but the most impressive thing about it is that it's never boring. Even my favorite games have boring parts, whereas Astro Bot is always fun. Certain things may be less fun than others, but they're fun nonetheless. Okay, getting the extra bots is not fun whatsoever, but I'll pin that on Astro's Playroom, since you need to do some ridiculously convoluted puzzles in that tech demo in order to get the 4 extra bots into the sequel. Seriously, what the hell was Team Asobi cooking with those? Anyway, even though I was never bored while playing Astro Bot, it's not one of my absolute favorite games, as it doesn't reach my enjoyment level of certain other games. It is up there though, and it's certainly my favorite game of 2024, not to mention media text. That's right, it gets the top spot, even above the great Haikyuu movie. Astro Bot is more than great, being the best 3D platformer in years, and a true polished gem amidst a broken state of gaming. I'm Arcadon, and hopefully, you'll see me next time!